In this video, we're going to determine if two ratios are proportional and solve proportions algebraically. So first we're going to determine what a ratio is. It's a comparison of two numbers by division, like A divided by B. A and B can be any number. So here we have a ratio of 1 to 2 of 1/2. And here's another way to represent a ratio in this format. This is a ratio of 1 to 2. A proportion is where we actually form an equation where we have two ratios that are equal, and we would say that those ratios are proportional. So 2/3 is equal to 4/6 because 4/6 will reduce down to 2/3. But if we want to also check if two ratios are proportional, we can check the cross product. That's where we would, looking at A divided by B equal to C divided by D, we would cross multiply, and we would get a cross product of A times D equal to B times C. So we want to determine whether each pair of ratios form a proportion. So looking at 4/6 and 12/16, we can see that 4/6 reduces to 2/3, 12/16 reduces to 3/4. So they do not reduce to the same thing, but also you can check your cross product. So we have 2 times 4, which is 8, 3 times 3, which is 9. Those cross products are not equal. It does not form that equation that has a true statement. So those ratios are not proportional. However, looking at 3/5 and 6/10, if we check the cross product, we have 30 from 3 times 10 and 30 from 6 times 5. So because those cross products are equivalent, 30 does equal 30. Those ratios are proportional. Now what we could do when we know things are proportional is we can actually solve problems using proportions. So when given a proportion, we're going to want to use the cross product. So I'm going to cross multiply. So I have 4 times A equals 7.8 times 3.82. Now notice I just have a resulting equation that I can solve. So multiply 7.8 times 3.82 and then divide by 4, and we'll get that A is 7.4. On this one we'll cross multiply. Notice the negative out front of 3/7. Remember, the way to get a negative fraction is either if the numerator is negative or if the denominator is negative. So just choose the negative to go with one of those. So I've chosen it to go with the 3, so negative 3 times x and 7 times x plus 2. So now we have the resulting equation to solve, where we would need to distribute the 7 and get 7x plus 14 equals negative 3x. So add 3x to both sides, and I get 10x plus 14 equals 0. Subtract 14. So 10x equals negative 14. Divide by 10 on both sides and reduce that final fraction to get a negative 7/5. Alright, number 4, I want you to try. In example 5, we're going to cross multiply. Notice that 4 is being multiplied by the binomial x minus 2, and 2 is multiplied by the expression x plus 6. So the resulting equation is going to require us to distribute on both sides of the equation. So we'll have 2x plus 12 equals 4x minus 8. We'll add 8 to both sides and subtract 2x, and we'll get 2x equals 20. Divide by 2, and x is equal to 10. On example 6, we're going to cross multiply. And again, we'll see that 5 is going to be distributed to the 3x minus 2, and 4 is going to be distributed to the 2x plus 1. Notice in this first step I've already completed the distribution. So 5 times 3 gave us 15, 5 times negative 2 gave us negative 10, 4 times 2x gave us 8x, and 4 times 1 gave us 4. Okay, then we are adding 10 to both sides and subtracting 8x from both sides and getting 7x equal to 14. Divide by 7 and x is equal to 2. All right, I'd like you to try example 7 and also examples 8 and 9. Those will be examples that I'm going to check for when I check your notes in class.